Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna and we're back with our Crafty Advent Calendar and we are ready for day 23. And I was just looking for it and here it is and we're going to get it opened up. And it looks like we've got a little cat and a balloon. Super cute. Look at that. Super cute. Now when I pulled that out, I had this other little loose die in there. And I was looking at the picture trying to figure out, it doesn't look like it goes with it. So I'm kind of looking at surrounding ones and trying to figure out, did it go with that? Or maybe does it go with 24? I don't know. Because I didn't feel like I was missing any pieces from the previous ones. And so I don't know what this one is. So I'm just going to get this cat, the little belt, and the string for the heart balloon, and that circle piece I laid on there, but I won't use it. And these are the pieces for the die set for today. And I'm just going to bring in some white for my cat. And I'm just going to use that piece of pink that I had laying there scrap that I decided to lay those dies down on, and we'll just get them die cut out. And I think this is going to be cute. That's a sweet little cat. So we'll just pop everything out. It's got some great detail on it. Little nose and whiskers and eyes, just super, super cute. I'm just going to bring in my blending brush and just add a little gray, and it'll be like kind of like a little gray and white cat. I'm not going to do too much blending on there, just adding a little bit of color to it, and I've just used what was on my brush. Actually, I've used the blending brushes that I used, I think, from the day before, and I'm laying down some color. I bring in the purple blending brush, but then I decided to go ahead and put gray on that heart as well. I thought it would show up and just add a little shadow or shading to that. And then we'll clean up the desk, and then we'll get to working with these. So I've got my little cat, and this is like a little, I don't know if it's like the string from the balloon is hooked on him and he's floating through the air or what. But I'm just going to get this laid around his waist. And I'll just make a little puddle. These are real fine pieces that you'd have to get a pretty straight line on there to get them covered nicely. So I'm just going to dip it and then kind of brush it off and then lay it down on there. And that'll keep my glue mess down. And I've got this little string attached to his waist. And I'm going to pinch this together and let it dry. Once I get it lined up how I want it, I'll just lay it on my craft desk. And now I've zoomed in a little bit so that you could see a little bit better what I'm doing. I'm going to bring in my card base, bringing in some polka dot pattern paper. And this is Pink and Main pattern paper. And I'm just going to cut it down. And I'm not sure what I cut it down to. I thought I did 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I think I did 4 1/4 by 5 1/4, because when I lay it down on here, I quickly realized that I've cut it wrong. And so I'm measuring it there on my glass mat, and I'm going to just pull it off. And I thought that maybe I could give a frame on there, but I can't. So I'm going to have to cut it down. And I'm bringing in this Cricut trimmer because I don't want to mess up my good guillotine trimmer. And I had the scoring blade on it because I'd been using it when I'd lost my scoring buddy. And so I'm going to put the regular trimmer on it, line it back up, cut that off. And I'm thinking I'm going to lay it down on here. And then I don't like how it looks. And so I'm just going to lift that up. I'm going to bring in a colored card panel in this pink. It's the same color pink as my heart balloon, and lay it down on there. There was enough glue on there from the 2 different times that I had laid that panel on it to adhere. And this had kind of a rough edge on it, so I was trimming it up. That Cricut trimmer probably needs a new blade, so it didn't really give me a good edge. And I'm just going to lay that down on there. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of this teal colored cardstock, and I'm measuring it because I'm not trusting my panels now. And it is A2 size, but I don't need that large So I'm going to cut it down to 3 by, it's already 4 1/4, so then I'm going to cut it down to 3, so it'll be 3 by 4 1/4, and we'll have a nice frame around there. And I'm going to bring in the sequins because I'm thinking the pink sequins would go nicely with what we've got here so far. And I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with this panel. I'm going to bring in some packaging from just product that I'd ordered. And I am going to use it to make a shaker card. Now, the reason why I'm hesitating is I've lost some footage here because I think I embossed this. No, I did emboss it with this. Okay. And I'm going to run this through my Scout twice so that I pretty much will emboss almost the entire panel. So we'll get it lined up on there nice and neat, and we'll do one side, and then we'll come back and do the other side, and we'll have almost an entire embossed panel. There'll be a little space in between the two in the middle there, but for the most part, we've got some really good dimension on this till cardstock. And just trying to line it up like I did the other one, and we'll just run it through. Now this is going to be the landing place for our cat and our balloon, and so we'll just get it laid down on, I thought I was going to lay it down there, but I'm going to make a shaker out of this panel here. So I'm going to get my little heart balloon laid down on there. I had to do a little bit of surgery on it because when I had laid it aside, there was enough glue on there that it glued to my tweezers. So I had to pull it off, and then I had to fix it. So I'm just going to lay my kitten down there, and I've kind of got his hand on the string like he's holding on to it because he's floating through the air or whatever. Bring in that packaging, and I'm just kind of measuring. I know what size my panel is, so I'm going to add like a 1/4, 1/2 inch all the way around it and cut this packaging down. So I'm just bringing in my guillotine for this, and I'm just going to kind of trim it until I get it to where I want it. And I'm just testing it because I was like, could I use it, with the bottom closed? But I'm not. I'm going to cut it all the way around, and then we'll just have 2 panels of the same size. I'm going to make sure I've got enough room to overlap it all the way around, and I do. And then I'm just going to bring in the tape runner and just make some quick work of this. I'll just run the tape runner along all 4 sides of it, and then what I can do is lay that face down on that acetate and then wrap it around. So just making sure I got enough room on all sides. I'm just putting that on there and wrapping the bottom, and then I'm going to wrap the 2 sides. I'll leave the top open, and we'll dump our embellishments in, and then we'll close it up. Simple way to make a shaker card. Now there's some tiny overlap on the corners, and I'm just cutting that away. And then I'm going to bring in one of my triangle trays, and I'm going to just dump some of these in here. And I probably got too many sequins in this. I decided to use the teal, and I was planning on just those 2, and then I thought I can use the yellow too because this polka dot pattern paper's got some yellow in it. And so I'm just going to mix all 3 of these colors in here and just make this a fun little shaker. And you can see this is why I'm thinking I've got too much in there. Can't see as much of my cat as I would like you to. I did try to see if I could peel it off so I could dump some out, but it was adhered very well, so I wasn't able to do that. This is where I'm thinking, can I shake some of those out? And I'm like, nope, it's really on there good. So I'm going to get this laid down on my card base. And I'm just going to do the tape runner again, and then we'll throw some glue on it, and we'll get it laid down. And I'm not certain what that die's for. I don't know if maybe 24 has got a die set in it, and maybe that's a piece to it. I did check with Daria, and she said she has not received that piece, that die so far with any of hers either. So it might be 24 or maybe something random. I don't know. I had asked her if maybe the bee, the day that we got the bee, maybe that was the insert to his eye. But she said she didn't get it either. And she didn't have a die that looked like that in any of her stuff. So I'm not sure if it's going to be go to 24 or if it's just something random that, you know, had gotten in there. So I'm putting some foam tape on the edges of this because we're going to hang off the edge of our shaker, and then I'll just put a dab of glue in the center and we'll get this laid down on there. And this says happy birthday. This would be a great birthday card for a little girl who likes cats, and I've got one of those, so I think it's a cute card. So it came together pretty quickly. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching and have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.